plaintiff, Nikita Haywood, says the defendant is her sister, and because Nikita was the eldest in the family, she helped raise the defendant. Nikita claims she paid to take the defendant to the Bahamas, but she never repaid Nikita, and then the defendant damaged her property, so she's suing. Defendant Egypt Smith says because Nikita was older, Egypt always looked up to her, and she could always lean on Nikita emotionally and financially. Egypt believes Nikita's just angry because she is now friends with one of Nikita's former friends, and she denies intentionally damaging Nikita's property.
Start with you.
Me and my sister have always been close. I've always taken care of her. It's just really unfortunate that she turned out to be a maniac.
You turned out to be a maniac? When did you discover that?
I would say recently.
Okay, go ahead.
To start off, we've always been close. I'm the oldest sister. I'm the oldest of 12.
Wow.
Yeah, and...
By the same mom? Y'all
No.
don't have, okay, thank you. I hope you
Well, me and her, we have the same mom. My mom had 6.
Okay. You all were brought up in the same household?
Yeah.
What was it
yeah.
like? She was...
Well, my mom, she would work second shift or night shift, so me being the oldest, I had to watch her and my other siblings. I was just always really close to her. She was the baby for a long time, the baby girl. So, for instance, when I got my first job at 16, instead of buying myself clothes and whatever else, I would just spend it on her. I would get her ready for school every day.
Sound like you switched it up a little lately.
Well,
You might have sharp today. You are too. Was she appreciative of you?
she was. She
Okay.
was. She's very responsible normally, and it's just, that's why it's really confusing and upsetting that we're here at this point.
When did you turn into a maniac? She said
I don't
you
believe
turned-
I am one.
Huh? Oh, okay. You don't agree?
No, not at all.
You tell me about your relationship with your sister prior to the lawsuit.
Well, she is the oldest sibling, and me being young and her being a girl, I always looked up to her as a role model, like someone I wanted to be. And I mean, before this happened, we were very close. We were like best friends. I could always lean on her, whether it was emotionally or financially, and now I can't.
All right, we're gonna see. Maybe you can. Maybe she won't win today, and you will have leaned on her again. Go ahead, tell me why you're suing her for $2,233.
Well, my sister used to live in Madison, Wisconsin, and in September of 2012, she decided she wanted to move to Minnesota with me. And I told her she could if she enrolled in school or got a job, both of which she did within like 2 weeks of getting there. Well, in December, she was laid off, but she was still enrolled in school, so that was fine. Around January of 2013, me and one of my best friends, we decided we wanted to go to the Bahamas. So we planned that trip for just the two of us, and we would talk about it a lot and plan and shop for it, and she couldn't afford to go, and she was upset about it and jealous that she couldn't go with us. So she came to me and she told me that if I paid for her, that when she got her taxes, she would pay me back.
That's what you get.
Wrong.
I had no reason to believe otherwise.
Yes, you did. If you had watched Judge Mathis show, you would have reason to believe it. I'd have told you. I'd have told everybody to watch this. Not gonna get your money back if somebody tell you they're gonna pay you when their income tax come. Next, she gonna give you the student loan game. You in school?
Yeah.
All right, tell her to loan you some money and you'll repay her when your student loan comes, and she's probably fool enough to do that too.
But I didn't
was
ask
foolish.
her.
You know better, or I guess you don't. You don't watch me. That's the foolishness.
I watch you
forget
every
about
day.
it. Huh?
I said I watch you every day.
Well, you missed those days. She told you she'd pay you when her income tax come. All right, so tell me what ultimately happened.
Well, her plane ticket was $447. Her cruise ticket, it was a cruise, was $933, which brought it to a total of $1,380.
Okay. And when was she to get her taxes? Did she file? Did you follow up with that?
I did follow up. She told me that it should be there in April, and we left for the trip in March.
You're only a couple months late. Why are you suing her so quick?
I mean, things got a little
Taxes
rougher.
still might come, right?
They're already gone.
They're already gone? They came and went? What'd you spend them on?
I mean, she kicked me out, so I had to get my own place.
She kicked you out because you didn't give her the tax money.
Well, it was animosity because I was still hanging around with her ex-friend.
Please give me your side of the story.
Okay, well, I did come in September of 2012. I started school and began working.
Good.
And, well, I balanced those two. And in January, she did come to me. Well, not January. She was talking about it, but in February, she came to me talking about if I wanted to go along with the cruise, and I told her I didn't have any money at the time and I can't afford to go. And she said, don't worry about it. I'll pay you. Pay your way there. And I'm like, okay. We go, we have a blast, we get back, her and her friend fall out. And she was salty because I was still hanging around with her friend, because I liked her friend. And
so her beef is her beef, huh?
yeah. And so I would come home and she'll just give me the side eye and angry V eyebrows.
Obviously, it was a female friend.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
And she's just like, I don't ever want you going over there, and you're such a traitor, and you're disloyal. And I'm just like...
I mean, was it something serious that her friend did to cross her?
I mean, they just fell out because the friend discovered that she hated her all of a sudden after 14 years.
Yeah, it is silly.
But...
So when did she ask you to leave? Before she asked for her money?
Well...
In other words, you think it was because of the money, or you think it was because of the friend?
It was because of the friend, because that's when she's like, where's my money at? Where's my money at? And I'm like, what money? Like, excuse me?
Is that how it went?
Unfortunately, she's nuts. She's nuts. Well, I did fall out with a friend, and...
What y'all fall out about?
Well, that friend actually spoke incredibly ill about me. She always hated me since we were basically 14 years old.
How did that come up with you and your friend? You all just sitting around one day and she said, hey.
She's nuts too, apparently.
All right. So, did she ever say that she would repay you?
She did.
I only said it because I wanted to shut her up.
Oh, you did say it.
That was unnecessary.
She was pestering me.
Interrupted to admit.
She was badgering me though, and
Embarrassing your mother.
And just to shut her up, I'm like, okay, whatever. When I get my
I don't feel like I needed to be shut up. I was nice about it.
What's the property damage for?
Well, things were strange. She wasn't paying me back, and then it was awkward with the friend. That friend just so happens to live right next door. She's literally my next door neighbor. So I'd see her leave out the house, walk over here, and then go in their house, and then they'd party for 10 hours, and then she'd come back like, hey, what have you been doing all day? It's uncomfortable. I didn't like it. So things got strained. We got into a huge argument. I didn't kick her out right away. I gave her a 30-day notice, but she decided to leave that day. I left out to do some things, and when I came back, my camera was broken, and some of my chairs were broken.
Did you speak to her about it?
I did.
What did she
wasn't
say?
there when I got back.
When you did speak to her, what did she say?
She denied it.
Ma'am, you know anything about the camera and the chairs?
No. I mean, when I left out, it was in a hurry. Some stuff probably got tipped over by accident, but...
Tipped over by accident.
You're a busy guy.
You see what I mean?
You're right, I'm busy. You're right. I'm as busy as you are, I'm sure, but things never tip over.
I mean, I have a lot of stuff. I was like running around the house trying to find everything, and I didn't.
You should just be honest, because this doesn't work for you. Being misleading doesn't work for you. Go ahead.
I think I spoiled her entirely too much. I feel like I created a monster.
And she said she just told you that to shut you up. When is the last time she told you that, and how many times did she tell you that?
Well, I confronted her because she'd been buying things. She'd been shopping online and
she reassured you
packages.
then, I'll still pay you?
She did.
Okay.
She did.
Reassured you.
Yeah.
Ma'am, is that true?
No.
You said you told her. When did you tell her then?
Well, it was
I
in.
told you you're not good at this. Judgment for the plaintiff, $2,233. I believe her. Have a good day.
I still love her, absolutely. She is welcome to come back. After she pays me, it's only right.
I really don't want to be bothered with her.
She says that now.